White matter, it contains myelinated axons. As we have discussed earlier, these myelinated axons, we divide these fibers into three groups or three subdivisions. First is association fibers. Association fibers, they connect different cortical areas, in same cerebral hemisphere. We divide these association fibers into two types: short association fibers and long association fibers. Short association fibers, they connect adjacent cortical areas, while long association fibers, they connect distant areas. The example of long association fibers is superior longitudinal fasciculus, inferior longitudinal fasciculus, cingulum, uncinate fasciculus. So questions are asked like this: uncinate fasciculus is an example of. Answer is long association fiber or association fiber. The second group of white matter, second type of fiber, these are commissural fiber. Commissural fibers. Commissural fibers, they connect identical areas of two cerebral hemisphere. Example of commissural fibers: corpus callosum, anterior commissure, posterior commissure, habenular commissure. So these are examples of commissural fibers, and corpus callosum, this is the largest commissural fiber. Now we discuss corpus callosum. This is largest commissural fiber. This is 10 centimeter long. Corpus callosum, it connect all parts of two cerebral hemisphere except anterior and inferior part of temporal lobes. These two parts which are not connected by corpus callosum, they are connected by anterior commissure. Now what are the parts of corpus callosum? this is anterior, this is posterior. So, various parts of corpus callosum, it has 4 parts, the rostrum, genu, body and splenium. Writing rostrum, genu, body and splenium. Now see, fibers from the splenium, they arches posteriorly like this and they form forceps major. So, forceps major is formed by the fibers of splenium. What they connect? They connect to occipital lobes. Two occipital lobes, they are connected by forceps major. Fibers of the genu, they arches anteriorly and they form forceps minor. What they connect? They connect to frontal lobes. Fibers from the body and splenium, they arches superiorly. They form tapetum. This tapetum is formed by the fibers of body and splenium, and what they connect? They connect to parietal lobes. So, questions are asked on the subdivision of corpus callosum like forceps major is what type of fiber? Forceps major, it is a type of commissural fiber. What they connect? They connect to occipital lobes. How they form? They are formed by the fibers of splenium. Now, the third type of fibers in white matter, these are projection fibers. Projection fibers. Projection fibers, they connect cerebral hemisphere to rest of central nervous system. Example of projection fiber is internal capsule, external capsule, external capsule. These are the examples of projection fiber. Now we focus on internal capsule. Internal capsule, it has 5 subdivisions. Number 1, anterior limb of internal capsule. Number 2, genu of internal capsule. Third is the posterior limb of internal capsule. Number 4th is retrolentiform part. Retrolentiform part, and the fifth is sublentiform part of internal capsule. Now understand this thing with the help of the diagram I am making. See this is the sagittal section, this is coronal section, and this is the transverse section. So I am making the transverse section of brain. This is the transverse section of the brain, and in the midline this is the third ventricle. Now see this is the caudate nucleus, C4 caudate. This nucleus is known as the lentiform nucleus, and this is the thalamus, T4 thalamus. This is globus pallidus, this is putamen. The same story is here, this is caudate nucleus, this is thalamus, and these are the two nucleus, putamen and globus pallidus. I am writing C for caudate nucleus, P for putamen, GP for globus pallidus, and T for thalamus. This is the midline and this is laterally. These two nucleus, putamen and globus pallidus, they are combinedly known as lentiform nucleus. Now see the position of internal capsule. Internal capsule, the fibers are running between caudate nucleus and the lentiform nucleus, then they are running like this. This is anterior limb, this is genu, this is the posterior limb. The fibers are running like this, anterior limb, genu and the posterior limb. And now the next point, the fibers of the internal capsule which are going behind the nucleus, behind the lentiform nucleus, they form the retrolentiform part, and the sublentiform part, it is going downside. So we can divide this internal capsule into 5